Okay, Genesis chapter 21, we have a three-part chapter. Isaac is born. Laughter in Sarah's heart now. She has a joyful disposition as a result of bringing Isaac into the world, and all who are with her will laugh as well at the idea of Sarah nursing a baby and giving Abraham a child in his old age. So that's the beginning of it. And shortly after that, you have the section with Hagar and Ishmael. All of a sudden, Ishmael is noticed by Sarah as scoffing at this baby and perhaps even having a run-in with this little boy, this little baby. So Sarah's like, cast out to Abraham. She's like, cast out the bondwoman, cast out the child with her. And Abraham resists, but God says, Abraham, no, Sarah might be right. Do as she says, go ahead and let Hagar and Ishmael depart. I'll bless them. They'll be fine. As they journey into the wilderness, it says that they're at their end. Hagar is despairing of life, and God speaks to her from the heavens and says, Sarah, I hear the lad. So this is another name of God, or not Sarah, but Hagar. God speaks to her again by name. Hagar, I hear the voice of the lad crying. So this is another name of God. Jehovah Raphi, El Raphi, God who hears. So Hagar experienced two of the names of God, the God who sees and the God who hears. In the wilderness there, it says in verse 20, God was with the lad and he became a great nation. He became an archer. He lived in the wilderness. So Ishmael he grew up and he was a great hunter and a great leader, and many nations came from him. Third part of it is a covenant between the king Abimelech of chapter 20 and Abraham, where they've made this arrangement about a well, and just kind of significant that there is a friendship there. There's a respect and a mutual admiration and honor between the two of them, where there could have been some hard feelings back and forth, but Abraham wants to set it right. He wants to make sure things are right. He confronts Abimelech about a certain well, specific well. They make an agreement. Abraham purchases the rights to the well, and it's a well that is then important in the future of the nation of Israel. But it's kind of the roots of that was the same as back in chapter, I want to say it was chapter 15, where there was a cutting covenant again. So we see the same custom where God asked Abraham to lay out all the animals. Abraham laid out all the animals, and they both agreed to walk through this one. So it was no longer just a one-sided covenant. This covenant they're both involved in the end of chapter 21 there. So interesting little chapter, three-part section. Study it on your own time. It's a good chapter.